What this is a copy of the engineered drawing that we would submit with any pool built in the state of California. This would be wet stamped by the engineer and that drew it, and this was drawn by an engineer. Briefly, I'm going to run through it and explain, based on the drawing, what I explained earlier in the pictures. The dig is 56 inches deep. That's this line right here, straight across the whole area of the excavation of the pool. Then at the deep end of the pool, you're going to dig deeper on that same line down and bowl at it. It's shown here straight for the sake of drawing, but actually this is bowled down into what becomes the lower layer of the pool. This is the compacted fill that the foam EPS panels are going to be sitting on. Let's assume for a second that this was taken right at the middle of what we call the break line of the pool. Going straight across at the shallow end, this would go straight across. It would be like that. The dig would be like that, and the gravel would go in. This would be critical for level, so you'd be shooting it to get it level, putting the gravel in. Then when you set your panel, which this is the total height of it, which is 48 inches, you're going to shoot it again here and make sure that when you set the panel, that's level. So you get level here, so get closer to level here, and you still have another opportunity. And if you can't get it right 3 times, we have a problem. Our dig might not be like this, although most of them end up that way. This you need a minimum of 12 inches. We like to see 2 feet from here back straight up, and that gives you room to plaster this wall. Now you notice that the beam is coming clear over to here. Here's a blow up of that beam. Okay, here's 2 coats of plaster coming up. What we've done is when we set these panels, before we started plastering, we cut in with a jigsaw about 3 inches here at 40 inches high all the way around the pool. All the way around. We're going to leave it there for the time being, but we've made a cut in it. On the outside of the pool, we're going to rough up the foam. We're going to put a bonder on it. We're going to put a thin layer of plaster over that. We're going to put our polypropylene netting, into that and trowel it in. We're going to do it in strips maybe 8 or 10 feet long while the plaster's still damp. And it's going to come up here and simply stop. And that's the end of the plastering on the outside. On the inside, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rough up the foam. That's done with some nails to drove through a board and just swipe the panel and then brush it off with a broom. Roll on your bonder and put your first coat of plaster on it all the way up, clear to the top. Okay, the top, you can notice here that line coming through there, that's the netting. On the inside, the netting comes in a roll 40 inches tall, and whatever length we need is required to do the whole pool the way we do it. But on the inside, 40 inches isn't enough. I need more. So we do it a little differently. We cut it into 5-foot lengths for the inside. This is the polypropylene netting, which is like 1/4-inch netting, holes in it. And we put it on our first coat vertically. We let it lap 3 inches into the one beside it, and since it's 5 feet long, now it comes up and rests over the foam that is still sitting there. Okay, this foam's going to be removed later. So that netting now is where it can come up and tie into our concrete beam. A second coat, inside again, this never shows. You can do it yourself, get out there with the kids and have a good time.